my center.
Dirty wine for the girl that
Above the body, above the body, oh.
say you fuck on.
How you like it, how you like it.
Dirty wine for the girl that
Oh, when you wind it, when you wind it, oh. Daddy. Now bring it to my center. Daddy. Now bring it to my center. Oshimazuka. So nasty, oh.
Sing for me,
Twalala. Oshimazuka. So nasty, oh. Twalala.
Oh, give me that walk, give me that talk.
Now bring it to my center.
Give me that walk, give me that talk.
Daddy.
Give me that walk, give me that talk.
Now bring it to my center.
Oh, give me that walk, give me that talk.
Daddy. When you wind it, oh. Above the body, oh. How you like it. Oh, when you wind it, oh. Daddy.
Follow the leader, sissy girl, you back up on it.
Now bring it to my center.
Follow the leader, Rasta bring the fire on it. Now bring it to my center, guys. Follow the leader, sissy girl, you back up on it.
Now bring it to my center.
Follow the leader, Rasta bring the fire on it.
Daddy.
Always loving local music, man. It is Sally Boss Madam featuring Don Kamati. This one is titled Center. It's lifted off her latest installment, Lucky Girl. Good morning. Welcome.
Welcome.
Now,
Am I welcoming you to the studio in your studio?
Yes.
yeah.
Welcome to the show.
To my show.
Now, every morning, guys, for some reason or the other, I don't know if it's age or whatever, but I would wake up with a song in my head, in my past. It could be a George Benson song, it could be a Jonathan Butler, it can be a Michael Jackson song, but there's always a song from my past. You know, obviously music that I listen to on a daily basis that I just wake up with. And I don't know why I would wake up with a song, with this particular song. I wake up with a song this morning. What is this? Dikohole.
Dikohole?
Dikohole. Is it not who's the artist though?
But I'm just saying, be careful because, like, people that have passed on.
Why are you laughing?
People that have passed on, they've all said that. That in the weeks leading up to that.
Come, I keep hearing this song.
Lester, I think it's Daphne who sings the song.
Dikohole.
Yeah, that's it.
Dikohole.
That's it.
I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
It's playing in the back of my
Yeah.
head.
Vaguely. You remember vaguely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this thing keeps on. Ever since I woke up this morning, it's just Dikohole.
So
it's just,
who are you hollering this morning?
I have no idea what this is about. Maybe the people there who understand star signs like Maria them can explain what this means. Hey, I've been having this for the last 10 years. I can't be dying for the last 10 years.
What star sign are you, by the way?
I'm a Virgo.
My kids are Virgos.
I thought you were a Cancer.
Why? Do I need to be cut out?
No, you just have, Cancer tendencies.
Somebody inboxed me yesterday, guys, and just commending us on a great show.
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know who it is, and just said, guys, you guys are doing such a great job, with the show in the mornings, and the morning show is really growing in leaps and bounds, and just want to say thank you, and just continuing what you guys are doing, and pooh.
Yesterday I attended the Chinese festival. It's a year of the red, so there was obviously celebrations, and I was sitting at the same table as Mandela Kapere. I have obviously a good relationship with Mandela because he was my head boy in high school. And so he actually started talking about the show.
Ne?
Yeah, he said, "Oh, I see you on radio now," and we had a bit of a conversation. And he, he seemed to like the show as well, which was great.
Cool, man.
Incoming minister Mandela.
Mandela.
Oh, it's Bethel and Lady May, the song, but she sang.
Oh.
Who said that?
What worry, Jay? Just you have the right information.
On your
slap.
Bethel, from Bethel.
Come on,
Bethel.
who said that?
Yeah.
Come say it to my face.
Okay. So when I was talking about the song, ne, especially you looked at me like I'm crazy or something.
No.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
worried.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
worried because I told you, like, people that are Kabo.
It's a cool song. So
Yeah,
it's
maybe we
Lady
can play
May.
it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's Bethel and Lady May. Yeah.
Oh, Bethel.
You guys stop making fun of Lady May, okay? In your comments, please. Let's be sincere.
I'm out of here. Good night, mother.
We forgot about. They're talking about her falling.
Good night, mother. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. But that ban has been lifted, right? She's back.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
back. Yeah, she performed last year. Yeah.
But is she not like Bakir, no?
Say Mac gospel music.
It's a new. Didn't she fall off her
She
bicycle?
even changed her name. Yeah, she off a bike, motorbike.
Hierdie Maria's story ngas.
No, I'm just
What-
saying
what
because
is so?
one day I'm driving to work
Did
and
she
we stop
fall?
at a traffic light, and I look over, and really it's Lady May on a bicycle, like a motorbike.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is, it was so weird for me. And then like exactly like a month or 3 later, I read that she had an accident.
But she used to go, everywhere with her.
I'm done with
her
you.
bike. It's actually kind of cute.
It is kind of cute because she
Met
puts a
haar
cute
helmet,
helmet. Yeah.
I can, man. At least you are saving on petrol money, okay? All right, guys. We're diving into, the schools opened yesterday. Obviously, there's a lot of conversation still surrounding the school. Once again, we say thank you to Mrs. Sanet Steenkamp, who joined us yesterday in the studio. Very informative. Actually went to go do some reading up on the now famous new curriculum. It seems legit, guys.
No?
Of course, implementation is going to be everything, but
Implementation is always the deal.
Yeah, but the plan itself, it seems solid. I think it paints a good picture for our kids heading forward. But anyway, there's a lot of other things to talk about surrounding the schools. First of which, of course, the polling stations that were stationed at schools yesterday
Let's
for
talk
the
about
by-elections.
what's happening at the by-elections. Do you guys have any idea what's happening at the
So
by-elections?
far, what we got is the Walfish Bay Urban
Yeah,
results, where we now know the independent candidate.
one.
The independent candidate won there.
Yes, Knowledge
Itula.
Ipinga.
Oh,
Knowledge Jay and Itula ne.
people think independent
WhatsApp
candidate
group.
is a party, guys.
Are they already confirmed about, like, knowledge is that confirmed?
I don't think it's confirmed. I think
Yeah.
right now it's just rumors that are
Yeah.
that are spreading
Yeah,
around.
because I
Nothing
didn't
really
get
confirmed.
anything confirmed, but this is what I'm being told here by Shine. I'm going to put the person's name because I don't want people holding me accountable.
Somewhere, yeah, because
Shine said so.
in the morning the conversation
Shine said
I was
so.
having was that Swapo won the Komasdala,
Okay.
but then they lost the other 3 constituencies that were up in these by-elections. But then the person could also not tell me who won.
So there are 4
So,
constituencies being
Like, there was
being, contested.
Walfish Bay Urban, Keetmanshoop, and Komasdal.
Oh, sorry, it's confirmed.
Ne?
It says independent candidate Knowledge Ipinga has been confirmed to duly elected as the new councillor of Walfish Bay Urban constituency. So, like, Richard got 208 votes, Kenneth Ilonga 436, Knowledge Ipinga 1,636, and then Siri, who's I think
Kasisi,
Kasisi, that one was 1,313. That's a SWAPO candidate, right?
Yeah.
So she lost by a margin of roughly 300 votes.
Okay.
And total votes cast
tight.
is 3,595. So yeah, congratulations. We know him personally, so congratulations to Knowledge Ipinga. Still a guy. He seems to have his heart in the right place. But sorry, that just reminded me, the fact that a lot of independent candidates are actually winning at constituency level tells me that perhaps we need to do away with this system and start a policy of it's called pass the buck. Pass the buck is like it's a different way of doing elections, and Botswana practices it. I mean, pass the post. Sorry, it's called pass the post. You have to get first nominated in your constituency, and then get enough votes there, and then whoever wins in the constituency, that's the person that goes to parliament. So when you're in parliament, you're representing your constituency at all levels. So it's to kind of fight for that development for your constituency. You're looking out for your constituency all the time when you're in parliament. And then with new elections, it's like the people themselves choose which leader they want. So leaders can nominate themselves, and then the constituencies elect who they want. And I think that's a better system, because now...
Isn't that what we're doing here?
No. Here it's different, because usually, like, for example, you don't choose the SWAPO candidate that's given to you.
The SWAPO themselves.
It's given to you.
Yeah, it's kind of with the new independent candidates. That's what I'm saying. That's why we need to look at it, because independent candidates, what effectively they're doing, they're availing themselves, which is what the pass the post system is about. People nominate themselves. But with this old system, before we really got to know of independent candidates, is like every party gives you a candidate, and then you vote. You don't get to like say, oh no, but in SWAPO I prefer that other councillor. You understand? The party decides. And we know that this has been a problem effectively, because even the party decides who's going to be, for example, the mayor of a town. And we know, like, even within the councillors, sometimes they have their preferred person.
Yes, they have their own issues.
Yes, and then they have those little issues.
Well, I mean, the constituents can still... I mean, it could blow up in the party space if you force a candidate on a constituency that they are not really keen on.
No, but nobody ever rejects it. It's because usually you nominate somebody in the party from that constituency, because you have constituency officers. So you nominate, but I'm saying a lot of times the popular person, or the person that the people really want, because of politics, is not the person that's usually made nominated for that position.
Yeah, but that's we're on the same page.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, then the blowback will be on the party, because as the constituents is like, nee, ons nani for Maria, nie ons nga for Neville, so we're not going to go vote for Maria. If you guys give us Maria, we're not going to vote for her.
It would be a blowback, but the problem is we are, like, more than anything party loyalists, and not people. We're not loyal to people. We're loyal to the party. So it's like you don't care who. It's like how this independent candidate in Ondangwa almost. Angelina. Angelina, I genuinely feel was a better candidate than the SWAPO candidate.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter at the end of the day.
Party politics.
People still went out and voted the SWAPO candidate, even though we know that SWAPO candidate was a useless person. You know, I'm sorry, I'm saying it on record. I don't care. But this is why. This is the situation.
No tenders for you in Ondangwa.
Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. The SWAPO candidate is useless. I recuse myself from this.
I said what I said.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Look at God.
And that's why he barely made it. That's why he barely made it.
Yes.
He barely made it.
And that was the first election where there was actually an independent candidate.
No. We have in the south where actually an independent candidate who won for the first time, which was I think 2 years ago.
Is it?
That was actually I think that's what broke the camel's back. Because that person was also a card-carrying SWAPO member. And what had happened is they nominated somebody and he wanted it, and he was like, no, but the people want me. And they were like, no, but you... Because they give them directives. Like the SWA headquarters gives you a directive. And he was like, no, okay, I'm going to go independent.
Okay,
I think
and watch you two talk these technicalities about politics that I don't understand.
But it's very simple.
It's not very simple. It's like sport. It's not very simple.
Hello.
So,
Never.
I'm learning
Yes,
something.
Pratena,
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm sure you're going to another conference or behind closed doors meeting with your SWAPO people, maybe today, maybe in the week. I don't know. Go and tell them. Listen here. There are so many viable young candidates in your party.
Yes.
You keep pushing these guys out, and look at how well they are doing as independent candidates.
Yeah.
That should be a clear sign that the party needs a reform.
As I say, okay.
If you guys don't see it, you're going to get beaten even worse in 2024. Even this year.
In my little technical knowledge of party politics, I can see this myself from where I'm standing, is that independent candidacy seems to be the talk of the town. It's the talk of the day now, and it just seems like, you know, the general public at this moment in time. And we're not just talking about Walfish Bay or the coast of what happened, you know, with the fish rot. It seems to be like spreading all over the country at the moment in time that independent candidacy is what it is, and people just seems to be tired of towing the line. That's just how it looks like to me. At the
And
moment.
this is why I said at some point we possibly need to look at the system in Botswana and say we need to do the past. Because even like, take a person like Knowledge Ipinge that has won. Yes, he's a councillor now, but how much power does he have to really reform and change? But if that win meant that he's guaranteed a seat in parliament, you understand? Based on the fact that he won that constituency.
If that was the case.
If we had
But
the past,
don't
the
the
post.
councillors sit in the smaller House of Parliament? Who sits in the smaller House of Parliament?
No. What they do is they sit in their constituency of like.
Because look, we have the National Assembly and then we have the National Council.
Yes.
So who is sitting in the National Council? I thought it was like the councillors and stuff. Or...
Vir wie kyk jy?
Ek vra vir julle.
Nee, praat klaar, julle gee my
No,
kop
I-
in met hierdie
I-
politieke nonsens van julle.
The-
Yeah, we have two houses of Parliament. The upper house,
yeah,
the lower
I
house.
know the lower house, but the lower house doesn't have the same powers, or even mildly the powers that.
Oh, yes, of course. They do
Yeah,
not have the
that's what
same
I'm saying.
powers as the National
Yeah,
Assembly.
but that's what I'm
but
trying
they
to-
do have powers.
Yeah, no, of course he's got some power. I'm saying it's not enough to affect the changes that you really need. Because if you really want to affect change for your people, you need to be able to make those arguments heard, and even if it's just to reform, and you do it in Parliament. And then there's another thing that I need to actually check our constituency, but I mean our constitution, because I actually think it's allowed, but we don't practice it. In other countries, and I think Namibia could be one of them, we're just not aware. Anybody, including yourself, can actually take policy reform, whatever suggestion, to Parliament and lobby for it there for that reform.
What's your probability of success?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's ever been done. If we do have that system, it's either people don't know about it, or you just the chances of success are like they're just going to toss it on the side. But generally, even that's a great idea, because what you're doing is you're allowing the nation, to be involved.
To introduce bills.
Yes,
like
to
and stuff.
introduce bills and stuff like that, and kind of push for them. And we know in the States it's very popular. This is why you like, let's say mothers that lost a child, or lost her dog to a Chinese that ate it, then they want animal rights, and they
Maria's on
fight
fire today.
No, I'm just saying, like, they become very passionate about certain causes, and they push for those reforms. And it would be nice to have that kind of citizenry involvement in our Parliament. But why are we talking about this? This is not the topic.
No,
Okay,
no.
there's a
It's
question.
right in your lane, okay?
There's a
Because
question
I'm just
for you.
sitting here at all, yeah?
There's a question for Maria. Is it that guy that said the rain is raining heavily?
No, that was
Tate
Usko.
Usko.
That was Tate Usko Ngamwa.
Hey.
Tate Usko Ngamwa is never losing or hungry.
Respect for
let's just-
Tate Usko. If it was not for Tate Usko, we would not have the rain that we are having
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, but somebody here is saying the councillors sit in the National Council.
Yes.
The smaller House of Parliament,
Yes,
of course. This, that's the equivalent of the House that impeached the American president, right?
No.
Yes.
No, you can't actually.
Then it goes. Their Senate would be our National Assembly, which is where the trial is held, but the impeachment is done in the lower
No, the
House
reason
of
I
Parliament.
don't want to equate it
Yes.
is because the powers are different.
Yes.
Yes, you understand. If our lower house doesn't have, yes, it's a lower house.
I'm drawing a parallel
Oh
just
yes,
to kind of see.
yes,
yeah,
it is a
the
lower
two.
house.
Yes.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. Yeah.
Okay, we're not supposed to talk about politics, guys. Neville is still reeling from their loss last night. Heavy loss. Bloedneus. Weer.
Who are we now?
Who's we?
Yeah, what are you talking
In the
about?
studio, Mos. We're not talking about politics. Come on,
No,
guys.
but I'm reeling now. You're referring to me here. What are you talking about?
Jay and Joswapo mense, Mos.
Who said I'm Swapo?
That's why he's tender screen. Lost talking man. He's got bills to pay.
Bloedneus.
My vote is my secret.
I said,
It's
those things just encourage corruption. Don't tell people who you voted for, so nobody's going to contest the results.
So are you just angry because Nudo is not getting anywhere?
Nudo, what's Nudo?
Oh, this was your party.
Is Nudo a party?
Ibe.
We had Meme Esther.
Oh, Esther's
You-
party.
you see?
That's the
So
only female presidential candidate. How dare you forget?
You forget where you come from. It's things like this.
I don't come from Nudo. I come
You
from
are
my
from
mother.
Nudo.
Ik kom van mijn maaf in Oganya.
Daar kom op, Chris. Daar is het.
Nou, maar spreek
Ik
politics.
heb geweet-
Alsjeblieft, gaan bij de school.
Daar is het. Ja.
No,
Nee.
just-
You
Hello, listen,
technocrats.
let me tell you.
Political
We
technocrats.
have on our live stream, we're talking about school.
Yes.
Can we go to the school
I
stuff?
said,
Yeah. You just created a can of worms here. Chris wants to come and correct you.
more, de Annie, daar is het, daar noem Chris.
Maar ik geloof, oom Chris moet en niet. Dus,
Cubase with a question.
Daar is het.
dus, kom aan.
Yes, okay.
Because Cubase think that
Het is Chris.
Hey, well, no, he just wants to
Kribo.
fire.
Kribo.
I just came to assist Cubase.
Yeah.
Ja, laat ons hoor.
Because Cubase think that if you win a election in
Constituency.
the school, you must become president.
Nee,
It's not working like that.
yeah.
So what's happening is what is happening, and Maria is correct. You are a councillor in the constituency, so it's a regional council in that constituency, which is Walfish Bay. I suspect they have 5 or 4 regional councils.
I think in Wolfish we should be about 6.
Yeah,
Around,
or
yeah,
7
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
even.
even. Yeah.
So that councillors then decide who goes to the national council.
Okay.
And we also have to redirect this debate a little bit on the second house. There's not a second house or an upper house or a lower house. That is a narrative that was started basically by the previous speaker, Margaret Menza. She always spoke of upper house,
And now she's in the lower house.
where the others are in the lower house and things like that. It's a house of review.
Okay.
So bills come, they review it. They can change certain small things, but they have to send it back to the National Assembly. And then they decide what to adopt or what not to adopt. In principle, if there's a principle difference, they can send it back, and then both of the houses must then, by a 2/3 majority, decide.
Okay.
Apart from that, you still have the referendum law. Even if I don't have a 2/3, the 2/3 of both parliaments, as it stands now, although SWAPO can pass a lot of bills with a 2/3 majority
Of
before
course.
21st of March.
Yeah.
But even after that, if they don't have a 2/3 in Parliament, yes, the 100% majority or 80% majority, if you throw that together for a bill in Parliament, they will have the 2/3 because it's both houses. I think people forget both houses. And then you still have the referendum option. So the independent candidate now, I just want to, for my own mind, there were 2 independent candidates. And that's the problem. Only one independent can win at a time. While
If at all.
yeah, if at all. But
Yeah.
so it's one independent lost. Is it not so? If you take the 2 independents and if you throw the votes together if you take it individually and you took a vote and it was not split with this low percentage, any other party could have won because the difference are not that huge in such a small poll. It's 100 here, 50, 120 there, and things like that. As far as I understood what I read in the papers, nowadays we have to be careful what we read. I must admit. We read it now like the Bible. We start arguing, even with the Bible. As I had it, Ipinge knowledge was still a member of SWAPO. Did he not say that?
And I don't know if he's still card carrying, but I know he was
Yeah, he
definitely
still
a swapper.
supports SWAPO,
Yeah,
yes, but he's an independent.
Yes.
He wants to go it alone.
Yeah.
But his main fiber in his body is a SWAPO fiber.
Yeah.
Let's know. So SWAPO, in a way, is still represented. It's not someone with a new policy of the other independent, as far as I read, was I said he's got a more radical agenda. Is that so? So what happens is now you can say that the conservative independent have beaten the radical independent. If you want now to go deep into this, but no, the guy will not go to the second house. Q-Boys, I'm sorry to
guaranteed.
disappoint.
we were asking.
No, I'm just saying that
Yes, it's my dag vandaag.
that house, and you know what is the problem of this by-elections? At the end of the year, this guy's terms lapse because there is new elections.
Yeah.
They are not there for 5 years. They are there from here until the next election.
Yeah.
So they, for them to get traction, to take it further, they must be very strong and very committed and very organized to do that. And of course, the whole question of independence will be put to the test at this election because you have to have more. You have to have a few candidates that belongs to say, organized group, institution, organization, or party. So inevitably, a party must be formed somewhere along the line. People must say, okay, we are the party of the independence or independence party. If somewhere along the line, that decision must be taken, and that is tough.
Or unless everybody that wants to run just runs
Yeah,
independently, even if there's 5, because it's not even about a split, it's about who the community sees as their leader. So
Yes.
you might get 5, I get 15. It doesn't matter
No,
because
but that's on Parliament, Maria. Your problem is in councils. You must give a list. So what you're into is we have to change the election law. And I think it's time, because there are so many things around elections. I think we have 9 amendments to the election laws already. I think it's time that we scrap the whole thing, put up a new election system which will address your problem where you have wards. So the community decide that guy is our candidate, and another community, then you will have 7 independents on a council. As it stands now, a party will give 7 members and we see what's happening in Rundu.
yeah.
They are all party members. The guys say, no, I will not go. But because they are on the list. And you say, no, but the people don't want. You say, no, but I'm on the list. I must be the next person. So either we reform, and I think it's time, because 8 amendments is very hard. In fact, if you look at it, you can see that the opposition, who voted in Parliament for all 8 or 9 amendments, did not even keep track of the amendments. They were actually surprised by some of the amendments. And even the government, I believe, did not keep track. And that's a problem. I think we must revamp it, have one electoral law, have a great discussion on it, so that we can answer the community, appoint the
Representative, yeah.
of their choice, and we vote. So that you reward people in communities who serve that community for a long time. And then now maybe they don't, and then you say, okay, come and
the
do your
community, and more importantly, the community holds them accountable, because
Of
if the person
course.
doesn't bring the development that is needed,
Yes.
the community changes their mind and give another candidate. So you first have to convince your own community that you're the rightful person, and also continue to be accountable to that community.
Okay, I'm just thinking here, but is it not more a broken political system than an electoral system? Because the community does get to choose their leader through
the parties.
elections.
No, the party.
No, but through elections you choose. You can choose not to vote for the
No.
person. If the
No,
party
no,
gives
no.
you the
If you
wrong
don't
person,
vote-
don't vote. Vote for another
But what
one.
if there's
Cuba is-
nobody else?
Cuba is that idea.
Yeah.
And you must quickly, the young people must quickly get away from the idea that if I don't like, I don't vote. If you don't vote,
No,
you
vote for
don't
somebody
count.
else.
What
No,
if
no,
there's
no.
nobody else?
No, but why will you vote for anything else to vote against?
It's-
Because what do?
Well,
You
okay.
spoil your vote. So
Chris, that is clearly a broken relationship between me and my party.
I
Because if
understand
my
that.
constituency is saying we clearly want Maria and the party is like, near, julle kry nie van Maria, and julle kry van
party,
never.
yeah. No, but the
now
party
you
doesn't
get a new
consult.
party. Let's say you've now find a new party, but you don't like the candidate that they put forward. What happens
No,
then to your vote?
what I'm saying is the party is not consulting the community.
Yes,
Here's for
you're right.
example, they
That's a-
don't.
a
Okay,
broken
yes,
political
But
system.
what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It is a smarter way to do it. Let's say the two of you are both SWAPO, right? Realistically, Neville is doing more in the community, right? But based on whatever party politics and whatever, you are the desired candidate for that party,
For the party,
right?
yes.
We need someone from the east.
We need, yes, or from a Herero tribe or whatever.
Yeah, let's call a spade
Yes,
a spade.
yes,
Yes, yes.
there's politics. The party then nominates you. You're the person. Now, he's SWAPO, Neville
He's
is
the best.
SWAPO, but he's actually a better candidate. Now, me in the
Am-
community,
Am I a better candidate because
let's say the work
my
you do in the community work that you're doing.
You're the best
Yeah,
suited for
that community,
constituency.
for
yes.
that constituency. So now I want to vote Neville, but Neville's not even an option. Now the other three or four options are also not people I want.
What
Okay, so
parties
it's
you
not
want?
like
Then you have a problem with your party.
that's what we're saying. They say because there is a problem
It-
within the
it- it-
parties.
It doesn't. It doesn't have to be something.
we're not
that
disagreeing.
we need to address with
No, we don't
electoral
disagree,
laws.
but
No,
you have to
I'm
change
saying you have
the-
to change
then
it.
you have to be involved in the party. Now,
Yes.
at the moment,
Yes.
it's very difficult to get involved in any party for any community member. As far as I know, only SWAPO had a Congress. The others had, say, management meetings and things like that. So you have to have a certain amount of years before you can be a district member or a
Before you
branch
have some
member.
sort of say.
Yeah, so that disqualifies people to really make an
Yeah. And you
impact
talk about
in
the youth.
party. It discourages them.
Yes.
But it's a I'll keep
it's not
going
a
back. It's a
broken system.
broken
No.
relationship between me and the party.
No, but,
No, but even you could be qualified, but you don't have enough years
Yes,
because
you
by
can go
virtue
and
of
fix your
card
party.
carrying and everything, which is a policy in the it's law in
But
your.
look, I'm thinking the logic is, if the party understands that this constituency wants this person because this person does this sort of work for them, why will I want to? If I go and impose somebody that the community clearly do not want, or they feel that is not the best candidate for us, then that means either I don't care about what the constituents think, me who's sitting and making the decisions within the party, which goes back to
Okay.
a
You are
broken
not alone
relationship
in
between
the party in that
or us,
decision making.
that group.
Take an example. My guy who works for me on Sundays, with whom I have a relationship.
That's no
for-
so.
No, ja, ons het eintlik aan 'n topic.
Nee, that's no so.
Ja, it's-
Hey, that's no so. Because you're all on the roll now.
No, but it's
Send me except my iso, verstaan jy?
Listen, let me just finish my thing.
let me finish. Yeah.
So, my guy comes to me and said, listen, the people want you to be the candidate for Samora Machel. Because we know you're a kind guy, you will help us. Do you think a party will now allow a white guy like me to go and stand in Samora Machel? Even if I am a good, even if
Choice.
I had good plans for Samora Machel,
Nee, ons soek die boere
they
daar.
will not.
Then the politics are broken. Then
No,
we're
it's
not
not
putting the
broken.
right people
It's-
in the right
No, but
places.
It's
not
not
because-
broken. It's not
policy.
broken. It must be no.
What
It must be.
if it's policy?
No.
What- so
do you
what
know?
policy you can't put a
No,
white
what I'm
person
saying.
at
No,
Samora
I'm,
Machel?
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
we're not
saying
there, Cubase.
you need 5 years to be a
Yeah.
card carrying to even qualify. You have 3, but in those 3 years, you've done more than the person that's been 20 years. I'm just saying, policy doesn't allow you
But
to
then-
even stand. But right now, you are ready and ripe.
That's where
But
the
Maria-
politics come. Listen,
But my question is, why can't they then change the policy?
But why will
Ah,
they
look,
have a
if-
majority? Why will you change something if you win? To
Chris,
suit you.
if the constituency wants Maria and Maria is not yet qualified, dan gaan ons met Nebel en ons vat vir Maria saam.
But
And
only-
we explain to them, listen, the party policies are this and this and this, but Maria is also standing behind Neville as our
But I'm
candidate.
just the only reason I'm not qualified is by virtue of a policy in the
Membership.
party, not
Yes.
of membership, not because of the work I do.
For me, as party leader, I get you, who the community wants to endorse, the candidate that
I'm
the party
glad,
is throwing.
I'm glad you are not the party. You sound to me like a dictator, number one. But it's okay. Wait.
Have you seen the way I run this studio, Chris?
I'm glad you as party leader will decide that. But I know where that comes from. Your ancestors say, if I say so, you do so. But it's okay. So I will not. Don't invite me first. Wait another 2 years, I might join your party.
But listen, guys, for the little technical politics that I do know, from where I'm sitting, it makes pure sense to me that the party needs to get the person within this position who is the most popular and who's doing the most work for the party or in that specific community.
No doubt.
Because the thing is, it doesn't make sense to me that the party enforces someone on us that does not appeal to the principles and what we stand for, what we want within the community.
No doubt.
So all I'm just saying is that, and this is probably where I ask the same question as Cubase here, and this guy that you're talking about in Walfish Bay, Knowledge Ipinge, who you guys say might be or still is a SWAPO card-carrying member. He does not perhaps agree with certain principles and way things are done in SWAPO.
No, it's not even about what I agree or disagree.
He wouldn't disagreed with the candidate.
He wouldn't have gotten to be to be nominated by the party if he had gone through the party.
Of course.
Yes, so he didn't. So it's not that he disagrees necessarily.
Okay, of course. Right. But the guy Osiri who's...
Let me say a few words before I go and allow you guys to close. Wait.
Jy kan nie gaan nie, Chris, because there's 9 minutes left. The show is over. You need to continue with this.
The simple fact is that parties take decisions that make them win overall. There is no logic or utopia or whatever. Let's be honest, before the fish rot ministers were caught, they were also there for a political reason. You know, to make the party win in certain constituencies, to look so. It's now that they are caught, we say, no, we want. And the fact of the matter is, you cannot have internal elections in parties. That's why I like you say, I, the party leader. But unfortunately, it's not going to work. That. Just remember, there were five vacancies. The Okatana councillor was elected unopposed. We forget that there were 5 vacancies. There was no election in Okatana. So Maria's argument is that, and he was also a bit older,
Yeah.
So the argument is that the community of Okatana, all the parties, all the independents, did not field a candidate against that guy because obviously he's well known, well respected, whatever.
The community understands he's the best person there.
Of course, and that was unopposed. Now you can argue, no, the other said he will win in any case. We can argue that. The fact is it was unopposed. And we know that the LPN came off a drive in the south. It was expected. And I will tell you something else. I think the low polls benefited some of the parties. It was an extremely low poll. I personally think Namibians are sick and tired of having politics every single week.
Yes.
I'm really think people are fatigued. If you talk to someone, they refer to you as that supporter, or how was your president? It's beyond a joke now. Everybody in the street is now a professor of political science. And I have this idea in my life always. There is not the things like political science. If you analyze media and then call yourself an analyst, you are just the analyst of media reports. You don't analyze people, you live with people, you manage with what you have. And then there's the political reality and a Namibian reality. Windhoek is not Namibia. Definitely not. I can guarantee you, just as much as Oshakati or Ndongwa is not the north. There are many other places. Ogubabas is now the south. Look what's happening in Ogubabas. There is now a tribal thing that is simmering for nearly 9 years after the governor, in a secret tape said the Herreros cannot be trusted. Now, They want to get rid of a suspected corrupt regional officer, and say they vote. They cannot do that because it's tribal. Can you imagine where I must now, before I want to take action against anybody, I must ask, my friend, just give me your birth certificate. I just want to make sure I don't address the merits. I don't want to step on the toes of your tribe. This is really the lowest point of bad communication and maybe factionalism that we can possibly have at this moment. It's not good. We cannot sit and complain. We have to stand up as Namibians and move forward and unite and communicate like you guys do in the morning. I love this.
Yeah.
Okay, Your Highness, can I now leave? You are the head of the party.
You are excused.
Ja,
Ons sal vir hom Chris Field as onze candidate daar in Valgras.
I'll go to Valgras because I think the messenger of the court doesn't know where it is.
You need to remember, Chris won. I think they were campaigning in his residential area for this
Academia. Nachtwacht?
Ja,
Buurtwacht, nachtwacht, is reg.
ek het die plakkaat gesien op sy huis. Wat is die? There was this campaigning there as well, you know. Chris het gewen.
Oh, op man.
Yeah, he's the chief of
Nachtwacht.
Academia.
Okay, guys, but thank you and keep it alive and let's keep contact with your listeners.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I must say, I love the program. I just came to
Clarify.
because maybe there's a expectation from saying our guy will go to the second house. So it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Ek sê maar net Chris.
But it's a good step forward for him in politics.
Ek sê maar net Chris, I will not vote, me as a voter, I will not vote for a candidate that I feel the community does not endorse over a one
No, for
that is
sure,
enforced
we are
on
all
me.
like that. The
Yeah.
problem is,
Klaar.
I think we must also face another reality. We don't agree with everything of every candidate or every party. But we sometimes have to make a decision, say, okay, I agree a little bit more than with the next guy, although I don't agree with other stuff. Unfortunately, democracy and in your heart, it's also a choice of give and take. You say, okay, you know, they do this, they do that, but you know, they actually gave my grandmother a good pension, so I'll stick with them.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
maybe a small thing, but that's how it's.
Yeah.
That is how Namibians roll. But we are robust. We are not stupid. I think we love our politics. I think it makes us feel strong, which is deceptive in some ways. Because you will see in a fish and chip shop a guy argue about the price. Say, I will call the councillor now because this butter price is not right. So it's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it.
Come on, call
But
the
thank you for tolerating me. But I have to come out on Maria's side because I saw you two guys saw a gap and you tried to put my girl in the spot. I will not allow that.
Hoor, kom maar.
So Mary,
This is Itula Sapota.
you went to go call your black up.
Ek het hom WhatsApp. Hy sê, hey, Chris.
Chris, kom
Kom hier uit.
Thank you very much.
Dank je, Chris.
Wat wil jy maak?
The time is over.
It's 2 minutes to 9.
Yeah, the time is over. I just
Actually,
wanted to
4
say,
minutes.
I just wanted to say, like, for me, in conclusion with this is like, we need to remove politics from the community. We need to remove that. And right now, with this system, like I said, it will never be removed because it's always going to be politics, and we need to put
Like
real work.
as citizens, I think we need to understand the country's politics a bit better, politics in general. And we also need to understand how government works a bit better. You need to understand, if I vote for this person, what can this person, what change can they actually bring? Like in that position, what are your powers? What are your limitations?
Yeah.
Where can you go? What can you do? What can you not do?
Yeah.
There's some of the things that I think it'll inform our choices at elections a
Yeah.
lot better.
And the thing I'm seeing changing, and I'm glad it's changing, is that we used to be more party driven than nation driven. I'm seeing a slow switch now,
there's a slow
and this is
switch
why independent candidates can do well. It's like we don't care that you're SWAPO, or we don't care that you're DTA or NUDO or whatever. We care that what you are doing
you
for us as a
are.
Namibian. What are you doing for me? And that's the change I'm seeing in the frame of mind, and that's very important. We have to put a love for this country before a love for individual parties.
It's sort of also as a result of that broken system where for years and years you get candidates that you don't like, and then people start breaking off. Without breaking off, they break off, and to sort of give the communities a different option.
I think like Chris says, you know what, and when this by-elections came up, I was like, do we have another election coming up? I think Namibians are so battle-weary about politics at this moment in time and about elections. Like Chris says, we're not in the mood for it now. I think November is is a good 9, 10, 11 months away from us now. That should be able I think by that time we should be ready again for elections. Fired up again.
But
Like
constitutions is only if there's a need.
The voter turnout, especially here in Vancouver,
Low.
was horrible. They can say it was a work day or whatever, or, we're taking our kids to school and whatnot. But the numbers compared, especially to the other constituencies where there were by-elections, it's ridiculous. So you would have like some of the reports but like 2 hours into the voting, there are like 4 people that have voted at a polling station or 2. It's incredible. All right, let's check out some comments. Yes. Ephraim Shilongo. Didn't I see your name on the parliament list for SWAPO? You are right there, Neville. But remember, our political party in Namibia are like underwear. Leadership chose which one to use for what purpose, all right? Okatana and Northerner do rationalize based on emotion, not on issues and development that might affect society. Party politics. You vote because of your emotion, not because necessarily this person is going to help develop your community. And he says, no, I do not agree. Removing politics from the community. It's the community that oils the engine of politics, all right? It's our resources that power politicians. We need to get involved and understand politics. Community needs to understand that politicians are there to satisfy community and society needs, not egotistic, I suppose. Okay? Ephraim, are you this SPYL guy? Party Youth League. You see, I was also asking, I've seen your name somewhere. Precious Blessing, I am tired of politics also, of every day. Yes, I'm also tired of being tired. Connected from Ondangwa. Poor quality image, guys. I think it looks better now, at least on my screen. It's probably just the network. It is Oshikuku, not Okatana, sir. Oh, that's Omkresana.
Yeah.
Alfredo Jack Evangelista. This is a message from Wilson Kanji, taking Alfredo. Waar is J politics, Baba? Niet die nonsense wat jy bly praat nie. Come in. Also, you need to be a paid up member of a particular party. Don't forget.
Yep. Yes, and paid up, yeah.
Onkribo is a SWAPO candidate. We know it. Come on, your open level is daarom stil.
Nee, ek is stil vandag.
Hoe's dit spits?
Dit is storie nie.
There's times when he's still gemaak.
Nee, ek is stil gemaak.
African Dream saying, you guys need cold water in the studio. Dit raak warm. Wait, I saw. Okay, Ephraim is saying no, he's not the SWAPO Party Youth League guy. Okay, so.
For instance, can I throw this to you guys? The
We're
two
out
of
of
you.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, we're out of time. We obviously know now how Itula performed against President Geingob. I have to throw it to you. What if Itula ran against, if we can fast forward Sam Dioma with a time machine to today, if Itula would have ran against Tatekuru
Nobody can run against Tatekuru.
Okay. Ne? I also think so.
Nobody can run against.
Nobody can beat Tatekuru.
Nobody.
If you have to fast forward Tatekuru's legacy
in
is-
1990, not today.
The-
Today is a different story.
No. I understand what you say, but if we take that legacy of 89,
Same character.
90, same character,
Same influence,
everything,
everything.
and we bring him here now, and he
but-
runs against
but like,
Tatekuru.
look, your
Ag, here we hierdie errors weer stap.
Your voters are different. You can't. It's apples and oranges. You can't compare.
But the
two.
same voters today have high respect and high regards for that man. The same voters today.
Not like they are.
Obviously, his energy levels
they-
are different.
They have been how many? About 10 election seasons since 1989. It's like, you know how many new voters have sprung up since then, and not all of them share those same sentiments. I mean, we were talking about
Struggle
we are tired
credentials.
of hearing about liberation struggle last year. We want to hear economic prosperity. That's why I'm saying it's apples and oranges. Comparing the two is kind of
Okay,
yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I hear what you say.
I would have still voted for him.
I would have still voted for him. Okay, Itula nifike punye pahamba.
As a belief. As a belief.
What are you trying?
Let me tell you, to be honest, I don't think Pohamba was the president we wanted, but perhaps it was the president we needed. Okay,
Stabilize.
Well, when we got him, we didn't. He wasn't our preferred one. I think there was a time that at that time people actually wanted HH. But you know how politics works. He actually got tossed aside. So he was brought in.
If HH would have ran as an independent candidate back then,
He ran as RDP.
No, yeah, but I'm saying, but that is different. If he had run the same way that Itula had run, I think you would have had a better chance. Given if social media was what it is today.
Hold on. With the EVMs then,
No, ballot.
ballot.
and then he would have won. Definitely would have won.
Oh, Itula would have won.
HH must.
Oh yeah, HH. So if HH ran against,
Yeah.
Ran as an
Pohamba.
independent candidate.
So yeah, so we got Pohamba. It's not people wanted HH. People got Pohamba, and I think people expect him to be puppet. But I think he did okay.
Pohamba was basically our Valverde. Safe hands. He's not going to rock the, boat too
golden
much.
chase.
that the Pohamba said, if people are accusing me of being a puppet of Nyoma, of course I'm a puppet of Nyoma.
Yeah. he
Okay,
says that.
nee, kom ons gaan. Our time is up. Tomorrow's Friday, guys. We're going to try and keep it late. Yeah, die politics maak me.
Ja,
Is
Julle
net
het
so.
begin. Julle het begin.
It's net so,
You know, I
mense.
don't like politics. Yeah,
But
I'm being accused here.
We've got to start becoming more comfortable having these conversations.
Yeah,
These political conversations. That's the only way we can affect change, guys. And we're going to do what we can each and every morning.
Maar jy het mos vir Itula gestem ook.
Eka.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that?
Who do you think I voted for?
You voted for Itula.
Now, why are you asking?
Nee, ek sê maar net, just to confirm.
Why do you think I voted for Itula?
Because
This guy, like you were saying, he came out of nowhere. It was just 2 months that everybody knew him.
Yeah.
Why do you think I voted for him?
I didn't like him, so it's fine.
Look, I'm not in love with him either. I didn't necessarily love him as a candidate. Why do you think I voted for him?
I don't know. You must tell me why you voted for Itula.
Next time you guys are sitting around your table, go ask yourselves that question. Alright, we're out, guys. So check your tomorrow.
Hello, boys and girls. Did we mention that you can stream us live?
Excuse me, Mr. DJ.